Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Blissfully Single Bean. I am your homegirl Bean, and I'm your blissfully single one. Happy Saturday, everybody. This one is going to be quite busy for me. I'm having a Secret Santa at my house. All of my cousins are going to come together and exchange gifts. But I get so nervous and insecure because I have such a big family. Everybody's all clicked up. Anyway, when Beans is hosting a party, not people don't always show up. So right now, I paid all this money for catering, did all this decoration money, did all these decorations. I'm kind of nervous that no one's going to show up. So I got some anxiety building, but you know what, we're gonna forge through. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the insecure hoes like me. Anyway, Ready to Love season 3 episode 9, Second Chances. But before we go into all of that, you know, we have to toast. Open up my review with a toast. And what are we toasting to? I'll tell you what we're toasting to. We are toasting to Monique Samuels and the verbal evisceration she delivered to Giselle Bryant this last Real Housewife of Potomac review. Let me tell you something, baby. Let me tell you something. I have not seen a verbal lashing this wicked since Phaedra got all the way into Kenya Moore's ass about the foolery with Apollo. That read that Monique gave Giselle, it was A, strategic. It came at the right time, baby. B, she had documents to back everything up, to the point where Andy asks Monique, well, how do we know these are indeed from Jamal Bryant? And Monique read the phone number verbatim, 414. Andy says, Giselle, is that his number? Giselle, yes it is. Oh. Anyway, I'm toasting to you, Monique Samuels. In this whole saga, I'm not going to say I'm choosing sides between Monique or Candace, because both women were wrong and both women participated in the physical altercation that took place. These Candace fans are just mad because Candace got tapped. But at the end of the day, I'm not team Monique. I'm not team Candace, but I am team smart lady. And Monique Samuels came through like a smart lady, and I got to take this toast for her. By the way, this is champagne with a little splash of Grand Marnier and vodka, just to let y'all know what I'm going to be sipping on during this review. Drink up, honey. Score 1 up for the girls that have been bullied by the mean girls. Monique, you did that, and you represented all of us marginalized, bullied ones. Thank you, Monique Samuels. All right, Ready to Love. This episode was just like last week's episode was Last week, I wasn't able to get a review up because I flew out to Atlanta last weekend, and I wasn't able to catch up in time to get a review up for that one. But that episode was okay. Brian was voted off, as he should be. And Simone was voted off, which kind of disappointed me because I wanted to see where things went with her and Rashid. But at the same time, watching the episode, Simone really was all over the place, so I agreed with that one. It is what it is. So now we are down to the wire. Like, now I'm invested in everyone, even Denise. But really, I like everyone. And as we dwindle down to the one by ones, I kind of really don't know how to call it. You know what I mean? But going into this episode, I kind of sensed which lady was in danger of getting voted off. But whatever. This week, Tommy gets the guys together. The word of the day, or the theme, is vulnerability. Tommy wants the guys to take the girls out for a date to really get under their skin, to understand, to allow them to be vulnerable, and vice versa. The guys should be vulnerable with them too. But the catch is, the guys need to date the women who are not first on their list, but the seconds and the thirds, I guess. Before they start going out with the other women, Jay pulls Joy to the side, and Jay lets Joy know that their assignment this week is to date the women that are not on the top of their list. And Jay pulling Joy to the side like that, I'm like, oh, you really like her. Like, seriously, for you to go out before you date and just give her that FYI, I'm still feeling you, but I have to do this assignment, shows me really how much Jay is digging Joy. Joy's like, Tommy, I don't appreciate you throwing salt in the game, Tommy. So, child, we pan over to Rashid talking to Alex, and they get to giggling and flirting and doing what lovers trying to be lovers do. And then here goes Adriana's face. She's sour. Adriana, what you sour for? Adriana, all this time you've been between Rashid and Khalfani. Like, child, can Rashid get to explore other connections like you're exploring your other connection with Khalfani? It doesn't help that Khalfani's on the other side of the room talking to Denise and having Adriana just all left out there. Like, just by herself. But yeah, I get it, girl. You can't be on top all the time. And with this week, you are not the focus because you're not the top girl. So, Adriana, I like you, but let's not be prissy with this. You know what I mean? I like you, but girl, just chill. I'm just asking Adriana, why the hell are you mad? Like, Rashid knows what it is. This whole dating thing is like a game of spades, and nigga got possibles. He got possibles, homegirl. So anyway, Khalfani is talking to Denise, and he's grateful for this assignment because although Adriana is his top, he wants to see if he still has that connection with Denise, because he don't know. So Khalfani and Denise date, and Khalfani is rubbing all over Denise's perfect body, that massage oil. I'm looking at Denise's body on the table like, girl, what is your workout regimen? What do you eat? Do you drink 2 gallons of water a day? Because I'm trying to be where Denise is at. Her body is absolutely perfect. So they're having their date, and Tommy sets up questions for them to ask one another. Anyway, they're asking one another their questions. I don't even remember the question that Denise asked Khalfani, but the significance of their date is that, once again, Khalfani brings up Denise's jealousy and her possessive nature. And Denise goes, well, do you feel that way about me or all women? And I'm like, Denise, that's really not the point. The point is, he's having a conversation with you. For you to bring up, does that go for me or all women? You're becoming defensive. You're becoming defensive, and you're validating exactly what Khalfani thinks about you. You are too much. You are too jealous, and he's not with those shenanigans. Khalfani tries to talk to her. Denise is talking over him. It was a very awkward exchange. It wasn't laid back. It wasn't smooth. It was Denise trying to justify, or low-key justify, why she's the way she is. Well, I'm here. I don't want to disrespect you. Denise was not giving Khalfani exactly what he wanted to hear, which is, I am feeling you, Khalfani. You are my top one, and I know there are things that I need to work on, and I'm committed on working on my jealousy so that I can be with you. Cause baby, I want to be with you. That's how you finesse it. That's how you finesse it, Denise. Denise was just doing too much. Khalfani, by the end of the scene, was like, I'm scarred. Khalfani was legitimately scared. Man, I can't blame you. Rashid takes Alex on a date. And once again, Rashid is the MVP of dates. He took Alex on a fondue date. The only thing I would say was chocolate fondue. I'm not a fan of chocolate fondue. But if it was cheese fondue, I would have dropped them drawers. Timmy! I would have dropped them drawers. They asked each other the questions to get to that vulnerable spot. And of course, Rashid, being who he is, who is very perceptive, he gives Alex the space to be vulnerable. and Alex brings up her domestic violence situation. Now, this is the third time she's brought up the domestic violence situation. And for me, as the viewer, I don't think she's completely healed from that. And I have the ability to say that because I was in a situation of domestic violence with my ex. But I don't bring that up with every conversation, particularly if I am dating. That's not something that I bring up often because it's quiet. I hold it close to my heart, and I'm healed from that. So there's no reason for me to bring it up to someone that I'm trying to court. So to me, the fact that Alex brings it up multiple times, she brought it up with Brian, a couple of times she brings it up with Rashid. It's like, I don't think you're quite healed from it. And based on that, I don't think Alex is ready to love. But it's a good moment for them because Rashid gives Alex the ability to be vulnerable, and she does just that. And it's refreshing for Alex to be able to talk, to speak to someone, to unload. And really, that's what Alex needs. For me, I think Alex needs more therapy than another relationship. But it was a cool date. It was a cool date, but I'm not seeing fireworks. I'm not seeing the chemistry that you would see with Rashid or Adriana. It's not like that. It kind of felt like, to me, Alex was just happy to talk to someone who was listening. And Rashid was listening. Rashid, how'd you get to be the number one? Rashid, if things don't work out, call me daddy. Yeah. Joy and Edwin have their date. And I'm kind of confused because Edwin is dating Joy, but Joy is Edwin's top. Joy is not the second. That's all there is. So I was kind of confused. Like, Edwin, where's your second? Joy's your first, second, third, and the fourth, you know? The significance of this scene to me is, this is when you realize Joy and Edwin are in two different parts of life, or they're on two different journeys. Joy is the type of woman, and I'm realizing, in speaking to a friend about the show, I'm realizing why I like Joy so much. Joy is the type of woman, she's going to push you to be better. The conversations are not about her experiences or what she's been through. She wants to know about you, and in her mind, she understands what you need to enhance your life or to heal or to make your life emotionally smoother, because she's been through that path and she understands. So when Edwin and Joy were dating, by the way, hey Edwin, hey. So when they were dating, Edwin wanted to know what kept Joy so grounded. Joy said prayer, meditation, and therapy. Edwin goes, oh, therapy, I need to try that. And in Joy's mind, you can see the wheels turning in her head. It's like, therapy is not a nice to have for you, Edwin. You've been through severe emotional trauma. You've been through loss. You've lost people that you care about, hence the dog tags that he doesn't wear so that to help him move on. So Joy's looking at him like, my G, therapy is not a nice to have. It's a you must for a more fulfilled life. So looking at that scene, I'm thinking to myself, if Joy and Edwin do not work out, it's the healing piece. It's the healing piece. It's Joy recognizing the fact that Edwin needs healing through the form of therapy, and it's Edwin not quite being ready to go that route. So I'm thinking, as cute as they are together, as Edwin can hook up a nice tantric yoga date, there's a disconnect there that's going to affect how they progress along this game, this show. And I was right. I was right, because Joy did mention that Edwin may not be ready to love, and I agree with her, because Edwin has some healing to do before he in fact is ready to love. So you can't put Band-Aid on a wound that requires stitches. Like, you need a little bit more. A girlfriend is not going to heal you from all the past stuff that you've been through. It's not Edwin. As cute as you are, honey, we need some work to be done. And it's not in the form of you having a girlfriend. It's just not. That's the Band-Aid when you need stitches. Stitches is the therapy. Jay and Winter go on a date. Lord have the mercy. First of all, Winter was wearing the hell out that dress. When I tell you Winter is thicker than a snicker, I was talking to my friend, a guy friend. He's like, oh, she's too thick. I'm looking at her like, yes, like she's thick in all the right places. Growing up, I've always been super skinny. Like I was flat chested until I was like 16. The church boys used to have this joke that you can iron on my chest because it's so flat. So when I see a woman that's thick and robust and got all that thickness to her, I'm like, all right, girl. Angelins. Jay and Winter date. And I could have done without this scene because it was so awkward. But, oh, hold on. We needed this scene. We needed this scene so that Jay and Winter could stop playing with us and just go about their business. Seriously. Winter calls herself. They're having their conversations, and of course, Winter brings up the same thing. You have this thing with Joy, and the joy. And Winter, you already know this. You already know that Jay and Joy connect. But then there gets a part to the date when Winter goes, for instance, you've never even kissed me. And I'm like, girl, why are you asking for a kiss? I can't be too critical with Winter asking about a kiss because last week Joy asked for a kiss. But when Joy asked for a kiss, it was brimming with chemistry. So it was the right time. Winter asking for a kiss at that time, it fell flat to me. And Jay responds and says, I'm going to give you exactly what you need. So I'm thinking Jay is about to come through with the soon as I get home type of kiss. And he leans in and kisses her on the cheek. And Winter is underwhelmed, to say the least, as I would be too. However, I never ask for kisses. Now, that's just not what I do. And I was talking to a friend of mine. He's like, Sabine, it's 2020 and guys want girls to be aggressive. I'm not asking for kisses. Sorry, I'm not. If I'm on a date with you and you see these juicy soup coolers and you don't want to kiss these naturally, I got to ask for a kiss. We don't do that. Blissfully Single Bean does not do that. But I digress. Winter was underwhelmed. Winter says, how can we have this much chemistry and I'm giving you the green light to go and you don't go for it? Well, Winter, that's because he's not feeling you. He doesn't dig you like that. And the chemistry that you guys have, it's in your mind. It's not something that's based or grounded in reality. As much as I like your cute, thick, and pretty self, Winter, Jay is not it. His connection with Joy is way too strong. On the other hand, Rashid and Adriana date. Honey, the heat is bouncing from the walls. Adriana, what the hell is your problem? I don't see a competition between Rashid and Kafani. Rashid, to me, is it. But Adriana is torn, and she's on this date with Rashid, and Rashid is giving me something I can feel. Like Rashid is giving me everything. Rashid is giving me confidence. Rashid is giving me vulnerability. Rashid is giving me balance. And I say this because Rashid was straight up with Adriana. Rashid said, listen, you've got your options. I've got my options. AKA, I am confident as much as you are confident. But here's the moment of vulnerability. Rashid says, at the end of the day, though, you are my top. So I'm going to leave that with you and let you do what it do with it. So I'm like, not only did Rashid come through with the confidence, but he himself opened himself to be vulnerable to Adriana, letting Adriana know, baby girl, I want you. Like, I got my options, but I want you. And it's like, damn, when did Rashid I think I love him. No, seriously, I think I do love Rashid. Anthony and Winter date. Winter's looking thicker than a Snicker in them short shorts. The scene wasn't like robust to me because at this point, I don't feel like Winter has connected with anyone that she really wanted to connect with. So Anthony is kind of like the safety net at this point. So yeah, it was yeah. But she does ask him whether or not he's been in love. He said he's never been in love. Now, ladies and gentlemen watching this video, what do you think? Because someone who's in their 40s that's never been in love, to me, that is a problem. To me, I have issues with that. Being in love is kind of like a bridge. You know what I mean? It's a formative experience that kind of shapes who you are, what you want, what you're looking for. It gives you standards when it comes to being with someone. So for Anthony to be damn near 50, what is he, 46, 45, 46? Child, once you hit 45, you're in the 50 zone. I'm 43. I got 3 more years before I can claim the 50 zone. You know what I mean? So for Anthony to say he's never been in love, to me, that's a sign of immaturity for me. To Winter, I know you're trying to get in where you fit in, but that would be a red flag for me for Anthony not being in love in all his years. Not once. Anthony says because he's been playing football. That's why he ain't been in love, because he's been playing football. So what have you been doing? Just having... Never mind. Joy and Edwin talk. And I love this conversation, and I love the maturity that they handled it with, because I've been seeing this coming. I've been seeing this coming like a couple of episodes ago. They realize they're in different places. And Edwin says to Joy, I appreciate the way that you push me, the way that you make me want to be better, the way that you want me to take care of myself. I'll always appreciate that about you. But he's not ready for that. He's not ready for that. He's on his own journey. And he says, listen, if and when you find someone else, I hope they are exactly suited for you, and I want the best for you. But it's not kind of. It was a conversation where Joy and Edwin understood their journeys were different. They didn't need to be together. Like they're like as cute as it was and everything, they are both in different points of their lives, and they hugged it out. Edwin cried it out on the couch, but they understood they're at this point of the game, they're not suited for each other. Like, that's grown people shit right there. And again, I appreciate the maturity that they approached it with. Tommy meets with the guys to see, should I stay or should I go? Which one of the ladies will be leaving? Denise's name comes up again. Are we surprised? And then Alex's name comes up, and I am not surprised. Denise and Alex's name comes up in the context of they were not number one on any of the guys' list. Denise, I get it. Denise really had Khalfani, and Khalfani went over to Adriana, and that was because Denise's jealousy drove him there. Because at first, it was all about Denise, so I get it. Alex was not in the top as well, and I get it as well, because Alex kind of shot herself in the foot. She came in the house, and she focused on Brian only. This is a very delicate game. Very delicate. This is not a game that I can play, this Ready to Love game. But because you need to find a way to connect with multiple people. Like if you go in, you connect with one person, you think you guys are gonna march out la-di-da, happily ever after, you're shooting yourself in the foot like Alex shot herself in the foot. You need to find a way to connect with multiple people and forge a relationship where if something doesn't work out with person A, then person B and C will be in the background. That's very difficult, and Alex didn't do it. So at the end, Alex went home. And as much as I like Alex, it was the right choice. And I don't think she was ready to love either. I think she has a lot of issues that she needs to deal with that she has not dealt with and hasn't healed from. So, Henri, it is what it is. Either way, this episode was meh. The last two episodes were man, they were okay. They were kind of like filler episodes. The episodes before were like, let's get it started. Let's get it started. But anyway, you know I always love me a nice, nasty piece of Ready to Love, The Last Resort. Please, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, I work on resumes. So if you need resume help, email me. I'll put all my information in the description box. Also, visit my single mommy blog, blissfullySingleBean.com. I talk about my experiences as a single mom homeowner on my blog, and also have a nice cocktail recipe or two, because you know, we single mommies, we love to drink. We love to drink. We love to drink. All right, peace out, everyone. I appreciate every like. I'm at 696 subscribers. Once I get to 750 subscribers, that's when I'm going to do my first live. So we're going to do a live. I'm going to do a live centered around a Ready to Love episode. But at the same time, I want you guys to come with your questions about me. And I want some questions. I'm going to ask some questions about you guys. I appreciate all my subscribers. Until the next episode next week. Peace. I will see you then. All right, guys. Bye.